Why would Aikido be weak in a street fight? In a street fight, it might be weak. It might not work.
You mean it does work?
Well, it does, but it doesn't. Street fight, just that principle of moving in.
Hold up, show us that, man. Show us that. You're going too fast. Show us. Say that principle. What principle? We didn't see it.
I can bite Jason's ear off.
So what you got for us today, Ez?
Well, you know, Aikido is a very controversial martial art.
No.
Okay? Yes, it is indeed.
No.
I'm afraid it is indeed. And a question we're always, comments people always make about Aikido is, oh, it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And to be honest, certain aspects of it in certain situations, it might not work.
You mean it does work?
Well, it does, but it doesn't, depending on the situation, you know?
Wait, what are you saying? I thought you told me it did.
No,
Now you're telling me it doesn't.
it works. It works. It works. As long as you train properly, you use it correctly, it works, okay? But in a street fight, it might be weak in some aspects.
So today?
The question is, why would Aikido be weak in a street fight? The reason why Aikido would be weak in a street fight is simply because Aikido focuses on, you know, using person's momentum against them. You know, it focuses on training in a way that you can always train when you're old. So you're taking people off balance, taking them down. It's got lots of throws, locks and stuff like that. But the most basic form of combat is basically using these and these here. Like your legs, your feet, your knees, you know. In Aikido, they don't do enough of that. And when we train, we try to implement elbows and strikes and stuff like that because we understand that in order to make your martial arts more effective, you can't just stick to one basic thing. You need to take aspects of everything. And I feel like a good elbow always works.
A nice elbow, as you call it.
Yes, indeed.
Nice elbow.
Indeed. It will work. And that's the problem with Aikido. In a street fight, someone's going to be throwing kicks and punches at you, and you need to be able to retaliate back in the same way. A good kick and a good punch is very effective, especially if you know how to kick and you know how to punch. That's why Aikido may be weak in a street fight. But if you train properly in Aikido, it can be very useful in a street fight, you know, but obviously you've got to train hard and get to a level where you're confident using a street fight. I know when I was working in the security industry, I had opportunities to use it in real situations. But I remember the first time I tried to use it, I froze up. Took me years to learn. Let's say somebody throws a punch at you, okay? Your automatic reaction is to move back. That's your automatic response. What Aikido taught me to do when someone throws a punch is be here. Is be there. And now, I can bite Jason's ear off. You know, now I'm in a situation where he's more vulnerable. And doing that, not being afraid of a punch and being able to look at a situation and watch and move in and get myself in a situation where I'm safe and now he's in danger, that was one of the hardest things that I learned. And I feel like Aikido is one of the few martial arts that kind of teach you that. You know, okay, don't get me wrong, a boxer gets used to punches thrown at them and, you know, they will dodge and they will block and everything. But Aikido, like, just think about that. Someone throws a punch and you're moving in. You're moving in. Like, just the concept of that to me is kind of crazy because the automatic response is to move back, move to the side, whatever. You just want to get out of the way. And when you get out of the way of something, you don't move towards it. But that alone took training, years and years of training. And that's where that will be effective in a street fight. Just that principle of moving in.
Hold up, show us that, man. Show us that. You're going too fast. Show us. Say that principle. What principle? We didn't see it. Okay,
Well,
so
look,
show us.
It's
Slowly,
just a case
slowly.
of someone's throwing and you're moving in, you're defending yourself and you're moving forwards. You know, all it is with my feet, all it is, I'm just shuffling forwards here. And I'm getting myself where I'm still stable here. Now I'm in a position where, you know, I can do so much here. I can do so much here. It's like, you're just in a much less vulnerable position. If Jason wants to hit me with that fist, now he has to turn his whole body round, and even that's awkward. So he has to move this out of the way and then adjust the position and turn around in order to get a good punch on. But just moving in,
Show me the angle, because like it looks like you're coming off at an angle.
what it is, like this punch here, I don't have to move too much to avoid a punch. He's aiming for my face. Even if he still grazes me, it's not the impact of him going crack and, you know, causing that damage. So I don't have to move too much. So all it is, I'm moving slightly and I'm moving forwards and I'm in, but look how close I am. I'm not moving all the way out here for Jason to turn around and come with another punch, give him the space to do that. I'm moving in a situation where I'm protecting myself and I'm just moving in here. Now I'm in a good position where I can do so much here.
I remember one of the things that we used to do like way back is there is a difference to when somebody's actually trying to punch you and they're actually trying to make connection. Often in Aikido, like everything is out here, like and nobody is actually trying to hit you. But when you actually have somebody that's actually trying to hit you, suddenly what happens is you get faster and the nuances begin to change. So that's what you're talking about. And of course, what we used to do is we used to wear the head guards, because obviously that's what happened really, is that when you try to hit somebody, sometimes you actually do manage to hit them. So you need to kind of wear kind of protection. So no, that's a good point by Isaac.
And if you haven't got head guards, what you do, get a newspaper, roll it up, and just go for them. Because what a newspaper does is that it stings a bit when you get hit. And if you're trying to hit someone as hard as you can in the face with a newspaper, they don't want to get hit, so it gets their adrenaline up and puts that pressure on, and you're not holding back on your attack. So you're just going to come in and just try to hit somebody, and they have to move, because they don't want to get hit. But you know that if you do hit them, they're fine. They're still going to be able to come back and train the next day.
Yeah.
Okay, don't forget now, we do merchandise. We've got Aikidoflow t-shirt. You know, it says Aikido on it, but this isn't one of them, okay? Ours are much better than this.
Links are in the description.
Yes, look at all the links. We've got hoodies, we've got vests. We also have an online training course where
Training academy.
Training academy. It's a whole academy out here. You know, where you'll learn all the Aikidoflow techniques. You know, the way we practice them in the dojo, the way we would do it on the street as well. So have a look at that. The links are all in the description below. So, in conclusion, if you don't practice Aikido properly, yes, it can be weak in a street fight. Don't expect to go to a couple of lessons and be able to come beat someone up. I feel like there are other martial arts where you can learn to kick and punch and they will be effective, you know, almost immediately. But I feel like Aikido takes a lot of work and, you know, don't focus too much on the techniques and, you know, and need to get that kotegeji right and that tenchinagi right. It's the principles of Aikido and the things that you do with Aikido that help to really emphasize the techniques and really help you perform the techniques in an effective way. Just that concept of moving in and just that concept of, you know, the movement, the feet movements. I remember when we would train for like 2 hours of doing foot movements. And I hated those lessons, but it's only now I realize how useful they actually are. So it's all about training, pressure testing, and just getting used to getting hit.
Yeah. I agree.